Hey, all right. So I'm gonna make this quick because it just came up, but it's been coming up a lot in classes, and I just had a private client too, and everybody asked me. So I teach like private clients, like corporate training, and they all have to give like presentations at work and stuff, and most of them aren't native English speakers. Well, none of them are native English speakers because that's what I do, right? And they're always like, "How do you always have so much confidence when you are giving public speaking? Why don't you worry about public speaking?" And I always tell them it's not about confidence. Like, here's the thing you gotta understand about me, I have no confidence. Like, if you were to ask me, like, how successful I'm going to be, let me turn the lights off, how successful I'm going to be at certain things, most of the time I just assume, I'm going to fail because for the most part that's been my life. But there are times when I know that I'm not going to fail. And most of the time, it's when I'm doing public speaking. Why? Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, to me, like, that's the key. It doesn't matter if it's not your native language. I know that can make you a little bit frustrated. I've tried to speak Spanish and Portuguese, and niggas hate on you because you got a messed up accent or you use the wrong word. People are mean about that. But, like, if somebody has hired you to speak in front of other people, it means that they trust your knowledge on the subject. And then you call somebody like me to help you, and you're like, that means you're passionate about, or you at least take it seriously enough to want, to want to be taken seriously. I guess I said seriously twice, but like that shows that you're competent and that you care about the subject. So you good. You don't worry. That's how I am. I don't care. Like when people hire me and they're like, "Hey, go speak in front of this crowd about teaching or about coaching," and I go and I step in front of the crowd and I tell them what I know. Why? Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Am I confident? I don't have to be confident. It's like when somebody asks me, "What's 1 plus 1?" Like, are you confident in your answer? Like, it has nothing to do with confidence. Like, I know what 1 plus 1 is, so I don't need confidence to answer that question. Now, if you were to ask me some multiplication, I might fumble over my words or something, and be like, "Oh, 15." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but that's a different story. The point is, if you know what you're talking about, there's no reason for you to be nervous. And so, to all my students and all my clients, know what you're talking about. Study, work hard, and know what you're talking about. And then public speaking is just like talking to anybody else, especially if you get to control who asks and doesn't ask questions. You know why? Because most of the time, every like bad interaction you have with somebody is usually because that person is stupid, or like ask a stupid question or came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't like interpersonal communication that much. Like, I mean, I can teach because, again, I know what I'm talking about. I know my subject matter, but I don't really like dealing with people like on a normal basis, like on a regular, like just seeing people, like walking through the mall and like, "Hey, Corey," nah, not right now. The reason I don't like situations like that is because I don't have that confidence, and I don't know what's gonna come out of this person's mouth, and if I'm gonna be able to handle it. They might say some shit to piss me off. They might say some shit that I'm not ready for. They might say some really ignorant shit, and then I have to go into that corrective mode that I get into when people say ignorant shit to me. That's a different story. But if you're hired by your job and you are put in front of people and you can control who asks questions, you don't gotta worry about that shit. At the very end, if you don't want nobody to ask questions, don't ask if anybody has questions. That's it. That's all you gotta. That's the only thing. Like, you don't want nobody to ask questions. Then you say, "All right, thank you. That was my presentation. Have a good day." That's all you gotta do, right? So, to end this, I will repeat my main idea. It's not about confidence. It's about knowing what it is you're talking about. I can help you through the pronunciation. I can help you through getting everything grammatically correct and making sure you have the right register in a formal situation or an informal situation. I can even help you with jokes. I got good jokes. My students don't like my jokes. I don't care. I laugh. I tell every semester I tell the same jokes and I laugh every time. And people are like, "Well, what if I, get in front of a crowd and I bomb?" Fuck them. Did you laugh? I laugh every. I'm gonna tell you a joke. Why can you not have a dependent clause by itself? Because if you only have a dependent clause, Get it? Because it's a dependent clause. See, I laugh every single time I laugh. I don't think a student has laughed at that joke in 4 years. I laugh every time, and I don't care because I still, I think it's good, right? So anyway, don't worry about confidence. Know what you're talking about, and you will be successful.